And hi, guys. I know you ain't seen me on here in a while, and the reason why is sorry for the AI narrating, but I do that because a lot of people don't like the way I talk, or maybe not can understand the way I talk, or whatever the case may be. And I do want more people to watch this. You watch my content. Listen, I don't make a dime at this. I ain't just saying that to pull on your heartstrings. Oh Lord, no. But seriously, I pay to do this because I actually like doing it. This is a spoiler. That's what I'm telling you ahead of time. This is a spoiler alert for the movie Pet Sematary Bloodlines. I didn't care much for it. It's an okay movie, but if you're a fan of the 1989 original movie or the novel, you will not like this, or I didn't. I didn't like the changes in it. But anyway, this is the review of it, so spoiler ahead of time. And like, share, subscribe. If not, they man, fine too. I like to try to get more people to watch my content. And guys, please, if you just happen to, just for shits and giggles, would you care to leave a comment of maybe a movie that you might like a review on, or more behind the scenes, or whatever you might want? Or maybe, Martin, please shave your beard because you look like the hillbilly Unabomber. I don't know, It is my uncle, but that's beside the point. No, seriously, guys, please, I just want more people, to watch my content or not. Hey, that's fine too. But anyway, guys, just take care, be good, God bless, and sometimes Dad is better.
What's the bottom of the truth?
Well, sometimes that is better.
With Bloodlines, a great deal of changes and adaptations needed to happen because most of the source material for the hour-and-a-half-long film comes from a single chapter in Pet Sematary. Chapter 39 sees an elderly Jud share the story of Timmy Baterman. And there are several elements in the new Stephen King movie adaptation that don't match the book. For one, the fact that there even is a group of Ludlow founders who are in on the mysterious secret of the cemetery is a new concept. Bloodlines introduces the idea that a group of early settlers moved into the territory in 1674. Upon their arrival, they quickly learned about the dark spirits that occupied the cursed burial ground, where many animals had been laid to rest and returned to life. As a result of their terrifying discovery and the interaction with their party's first victim, Ludlow, they decided to remain close by and form a watchful council to ensure the evil didn't find any more victims. In order to update the story for more modern audiences, Pet Sematary Bloodlines largely takes place around 1969. The novel was initially set during the late 1960s, but deals with a much later story in the timeline, as Jud is in his 80s by this point, and his retelling of Timmy's story is set in about 1945. Updating the story to fit in with the 2019 adaptation of Pet Sematary, which is set in a contemporary time period with the elderly Jud.
His name was Timmy Baterman. He was killed on his way home in the Second World War.
In Pet Sematary Bloodlines, Bill Baterman has a son who was shipped off to the Vietnam War. In the novel, his son Timmy was sent out to fight in World War II. In both cases, Timmy is killed at a young age while fighting, but in the novel, everyone knows about Timmy's death. The town is small and word spread quickly. His body is returned to Ludlow, and Jud happens to be one of the pallbearers. Bloodlines decides to change the story to make Timmy's return a quiet and hidden secret that again spreads quickly through the town, but not until Bill has already reanimated his dead son. The townsfolk spot Timmy roaming around town and acting strangely, but in the novel, they all attend his funeral before Marjorie, the mailwoman, spots his ghostly figure roaming around while out on her mail route. Marjorie is completely shocked and decides to take some time off due to the odd hallucination. In both the books and the earlier film adaptations of Pet Sematary, there is no set rule on how to kill the resurrected creatures that come from the cemetery. Bloodlines decides to introduce a specific standard for how to definitively put down the undead, a shot directly to their eye, presumably so it obliterates the brain and stops any connection from there to the rest of the body. The evil presence controlling the people of Ludlow and the dead finds a way to overtake the brain function. This happens when the host is left mostly unoccupied due to their physical death. Shooting the eye sockets can guarantee a shot that will wipe out much of the target's brain and thus likely cut the connection. In the novel, Timmy is the sole individual to have been turned during the events of 1945 that exposed Ludlow to the curse of the pet cemetery. He was present in the town for what appears to be months, with mostly small acts of terror disturbing the peace and revealing dark secrets about the inhabitants of Ludlow. Ultimately, after months, Bill, Timmy's father, is terribly upset at the shadow of his son that now lives with him and fails to fill the hole his son left behind. Bill burns the house down after shooting Timmy in the head and then himself. In Bloodlines, Timmy quickly indulges in a murderous rampage, attacking and tearing apart animals before graduating to killing humans. Timmy kills and resurrects Donna, and she joins him on the murderous rampage within hours of her resurrection, killing multiple people in a hospital and tracking down her brother Manny and Jud. Timmy may have been the first human in many generations to come back and prove that sometimes dead is better, but he recruited Donna to help, and she appears nowhere in the novel. By the end of the film, Jud has lost his father, one of the members of the Founders Group who kept watch over the cemetery. With the other members of the group dead, it falls to Jud to take up the mantle and protect Ludlow and its citizens, both present and future, from the evil that awaits them in a potential pet cemetery, Bloodlines 2. Jud becomes the sole gatekeeper along with his wife, positioning himself directly across the road from the dangerous site and forced to live out the rest of his life with death on his doorstep after Pet Sematary. Here are some deleted scenes from the Bloodline.
Hey, are you sure that you didn't play Herman Munster?
Christ on his throne, no. Whoever would.
Hell, it's not like you killed Gage.
I may have murdered your son, Louis.
What the hell?
With Pet Sematary Bloodlines, I didn't like how they changed everything around. From the townspeople not knowing Timmy is already dead and then comes back to the Ludlow founders, to even the bullshit shooting them in the eye, the only way to kill them when they turn. They didn't have none of that in the novel or original movie. They didn't have that from what I could tell in the 2019 Pet Sematary. Bloodlines would have been a better movie, which it is still an okay movie, but it would have been far better if it followed the novel or the original 1989 Pet Sematary. I give it a 4.5 out of 10. It's okay to watch, but nothing to actually sit down and eat popcorn to.